We're doing it live. All right.
Kanan.
Yeah.
Florida lost to Duke tonight. Ugh.
Let's go. Let's go.
Florida just loses, period. That's all we do. Well, we won the national championship last year, but like, whatever.
We all gotta lose at some point, right?
Yeah, we're not the same as last year. We have a lot of the same forwards, but our guards all went to the NBA, and now we're stuck with a couple of guys who can't make shots at ever, which sucks. But whatever.
Yep.
So hey, we got people in here.
We do have people in here.
Are we talking about sports tonight?
Yeah, we're actually doing a secret sports chat. That's what the plot twist is.
That's the subversion here.
Exactly. We're subverting expectations because that's the Rian Johnson way.
For subversion's sake, right?
Oh, yeah. No other reason than being subversive for subversion's sake. And because it's woke. It's the woke thing to do.
Hey, how many times is The Last Jedi gonna come up tonight? Over under 38.
It's gonna be over 38.
Yeah, it will. But
yeah,
I feel like it's gonna have to come up at some point.
Oh, definitely. Speaking of coming up, people who are in here right now, you should type in the chat, say hi, let us know what you've been watching lately. And
what is your favorite Rian Johnson movie? Let's get some Rian Johnson love in the chat.
Let's get that Rian Johnson love. Before we start loving Rian Johnson, let's go ahead and roll the intro real quick. All right. Hey, everyone, and welcome back to the Banter Fodder podcast. I'm your host, Drew, and I'm joined by just Michael Hoover Dam right now, but who knows? We might see a special someone later on.
Hey,
who will it be?
Rian Johnson?
Yes, actually. Yeah, we finally got Rian Johnson on the pod. He's been listening for years. He's a huge fan. He's also close personal friends with all three of us.
The glazing finally paid off.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm so pumped, dude.
Dude, I am too.
We've been talking about this as a potential episode for like a year, I feel like. And
even longer than that, honestly, probably since the start of the pod.
For sure. Well, like we knew we were going to cover it at some point, but just because we all love it so much. But I think we talked about at some point last Christmas time or something like that. I can't remember, but we talked about, it would be a fun fall movie is Knives Out, and then turns into a winter movie, but whatever. Like we,
yeah,
it was supposed to be a Thanksgiving episode, but you know how we do.
Exactly. Speaking of Thanksgiving, how was your Thanksgiving?
Oh man, my Thanksgiving was really good. So Thanksgiving Day, we went to my side of the family. We went up there, spent the day with them, and then Sunday, the following Sunday, we did Thanksgiving with Kendall's side of the family. So we got to spend the whole day with both sides of the family. So it was really good.
That's awesome.
Just different days. How about you, man?
It was good. My family and I spent the entire day, Thanksgiving Day, with my girlfriend's family. They're just super welcoming. So
That's good.
It was awesome. And it was, like a pretty chill day too. And, like people kind of like, it was like more of like a floating thing. So like some of the family members would show up and then they leave, and some others would show up and leave.
Nice.
But yeah, it was really nice. And the weekend went by way too quickly. So getting back to work, I was like, man, how's it already Monday already?
I feel that.
Oh
Oh
whoa.
my.
Rian Johnson's here.
Oh my gosh, it's Rian Johnson.
It's Rian Johnson. Why is he in black and white, basically?
To subvert your expectations.
Heck yeah.
Wow, it really is him.
It is. Ryan, now that you're here, where is the Star Wars trilogy, man?
Yeah, we need to have
another subversion of expectations. We got Captain Underpants in here.
You Captain Underpants.
Oh man,
I love you. You're hilarious. Oh, go find Mama. Okay.
All right, Super Cannon is flying away.
Audio listeners missed a treat. That was hilarious
for sure. But yeah, Ryan, where's the trilogy, man?
When you least expect it, it'll show up.
Gotcha.
Hey, what's up? What are you doing? Kanan, stop. Okay, hold on. I'm muting my mic.
Michael is getting attacked right now for all you audio listeners.
But he's getting attacked by a superhero, which makes me think that he's the villain.
That's true. Another twist, subversion of expectations. Jimmy Jim, right before you got in here, I was asking how Michael's Thanksgiving was. And he asked me how mine was. So I'm going to ask you how your Thanksgiving was.
It was good. I went over to my aunt and uncle's, and so it was my immediate family and then all of my aunt and uncle's immediate family in terms of their kids and then their kids' kids. So I had a niece and nephews and then little cousins and then my cousins, and so big family get together, cornhole, card games, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then just kind of a chill couple days afterwards of more card games and kind of slowly eating all the leftovers and all the Tupperware.
Thanksgiving leftovers are so good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
What I love is like for the Thanksgiving meal, it's like there's so much preparation and everybody knows what everybody's bringing and there's so much coordination. And then after that, it's like you don't even really ask what's for dinner. Nobody's like, hey, what are we? It's like there's stuff in the fridge. What are you doing? Like you
leftovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was good though.
That's the way it goes. Yeah, Emily's brother-in-law, he like cooks like a whole turkey in an outdoor air fryer. It's like this massive just like tube that like cooks it like an air fryer. But he like slathers that thing in like Cajun butter, and it is like it's just like perfectly seasoned, and
he slathers it with a Cajun butter.
Exactly, just like that.
Molasses falling out of your mouth.
It's fantastic because turkey's hit or miss. Like sometimes it's dry, or sometimes people don't know how to season it. But it's neither of those things here. It's perfect. So
dude, yeah. Kendall's uncle. Kendall's uncle deep fries the turkey, and it's like the greatest thing ever. Like I don't think that turkey is like that's the way you make turkey, and I don't know how to do it. um, but it looks a little scary to do actually when he's doing it, but it is incredible. Turkey is meant to be eaten that way. I truly believe it.
I think everything needs to be deep fried, honestly.
Honestly.
That's the American way right there.
Oh, yeah.
Benoit Blanc would agree.
Benoit Blanc.
All right. Well, guys, what have y'all been watching lately? James, we're going to start with you.
So actually, I've only watched one movie since we last recorded. I know.
Wow. Wow.
What? And so, I went out and saw Rental Family with some of my siblings, and yeah, it was good. I was hoping for like great, but I then was like, you know what? A good movie's a good movie, you know?
Yep.
So it was a good movie. I think my issues, I think it lathers on the attempts to jerk your tears a little heavy. And, you know, if this movie is Chekhov, I'm Chekhov's dog when it comes to like, all right, now you cry now you cry now. I'm like, okay, I'll cry. So like, I mean, I cry over that kind of stuff. It worked. But there were parts where you're like, all right, you're laying it on a little bit thick with like the emotional piano and the quiet conversation. Like sometimes it worked amazingly. And then sometimes I was like, maybe a bit too much. And then I think the movie only halfway learns its lesson, where like there's clearly an idea and a point, and then I won't spoil it, but then like you get the idea that okay, wait, hold on. Did you actually learn what the point was? Because I think you didn't now. And so, but Brendan Fraser is amazing. If I were to ever like rent a person to come and like be my friend, it would be Brendan Fraser. So the movie makes sense to me on that front. I'm like, yeah, this is the guy. My gosh, like there's not a guy with a more like there's no guy with a more likable face to me and a more likable persona. And this movie takes advantage of that. And so, yeah, he's great in it, and the performances in general are really good.
Oh yeah.
Outside of that, it's just been I'm bouncing back and forth between Star Trek The Next Generation and Cheers, so I'm just experiencing TV in the 80s. I'm like, this is what the 80s were when you turn on the TV.
Dude,
and so
Cheers is awesome.
And
The Next Generation obviously
is awesome. So I'm like, yeah, this is just it. You know, throw on some 80s commercials in between all this, and like I'm living it up.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be. Well, I was about to say what's funny. I'm getting more back into like a gaming mood. I was about to say, and I've been playing Zelda. I haven't been playing Zelda, but I'm about to be playing Zelda.
Which
is
Zelda?
Because I'm gonna be playing the Four Swords.
Okay.
So I'm going through. I'm in my full-on chronological mode, and Nintendo released the full timeline. So I beat Skyward Sword and Minish Cap over the last couple of years, so I'm continuing on.
How are you playing this one?
Through Switch Online. I haven't started yet.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it'll be through Switch Online.
Cool.
Yeah. And I mean, there's potential that James and I might co-op it, huh? That's something we could do.
That is.
But yeah.
So that's it for me.
Cool. Well, that's definitely a lot more than I feel like it has been lately.
One movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. Last time we met, he had a whole ton of stuff.
Yeah. Nah.
No, he had a whole list of stuff last time.
I had like 8 movies last time.
Yeah, dude, but he was just making up for like all the other times before.
Well,
Michael, what have you been watching?
not much, man. Not much. I did go. I finally went back to the theater and saw The Running Man. So thankfully, I was able to catch that on the big screen. I really liked it. I thought that the first 2/3 of it were fantastic. Really, really had a lot of fun with it. Glenn Powell is just a true movie star in every sense of the word. I will go like it to the point where I'm saying I will go see the new Glenn Powell movie. What is it? Like what is he? Is it a rom-com? I don't care. Is it an action movie? Let's go. Is it Top Gun 2? Let's do it. Like or Top Gun 3 next, I guess. I'm all in. I think he's great. I really enjoy his presence a lot, and he got to stretch further into. I felt like he got to stretch his acting chops a bit in this one, and I really enjoyed where he went. I really enjoyed where he took it. He's very magnetic always, but I really felt like he was acting his butt off in this one. I think that the movie falls apart in the back, probably the last 20 minutes or so. A bit. I think that it feels like, and this is just what my friend told me because he's read the book. I haven't read the book that this is based off of, but it sounds like the ending was changed from what the book did because it was kind of related to 9/11 or something like that. In the book or in the, I can't remember. No, I can't remember. It was related to for some reason they could not film it the exact same way. And it feels like they were stuck between ideas, and I don't feel like they accomplished what they were setting out to do. And it did feel a bit preachy at times. I did feel it was a little preachy at times, a little beating you over the head with stuff. But all in all, really enjoyed it. I gave it 3.5 stars because I thought it was, for real, 2/3 of it great, really funny. The action stuff felt like a kind of like the an 80s 90s action movie in the best sense. And then the back part of it suffered a bit, but I really did enjoy it a lot. Other than that, I did start Christmas movies a little bit here and there. I haven't just sat down and watched anything yet, but we've put stuff on in the background. Kindle had one of my least favorite Christmas movies ever on in the background tonight while we were decorating the tree. And that is the stupid, what's the name of the movie? I'm blanking now that I'm talking about it. The one with Tom Hanks does all the animated voices and just the train and
the Polar Express.
Polar Express.
Dude.
I do not like the Polar Express.
Okay.
God.
Well, now I don't like you. So
Exactly.
easy as that.
That's fine. I think it's terrible. I do not like it, and it's irritating.
Oh.
I will say the score is magical. Can't
the rest of the movie.
True.
I gotta give credit where it's due. The score is beautiful. But I don't like that movie.
Oh man.
So yeah. Otherwise, just I have been so busy. I just have not gotten to watch much.
It'd be like that sometimes, and especially with the holidays.
And I did watch the movie, of course, that we're talking about tonight. So
true. I've actually gotten a surprising amount of watches in lately. So got to start off with it's Hallmark season. It's time.
Oh.
So I watched Miracle in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. And let me tell you what, this movie is an ass. But it's also peak at the same time.
Peak ass. Got it.
Exactly. It's basically like the nativity story hidden within a Hallmark movie. The lead actress's character's name is Mary.
Mm-hmm.
The lead male is Joe. She adopts a baby, so it's not like
Yeah.
a birthday. Like it's oh
I
man.
wonder
Oh, so
what
it's
they're
inaccurate.
getting at.
Great.
I wonder what they're trying to do there. There's
someone
parallels.
cooked here.
Yeah.
But
It's subtle enough that you might miss it.
yeah, you'd never catch it. But I don't care because you know it's fun to get into that holiday spirit with the Hallmark.
Is Vanessa Hudgens in it?
No.
Well, then what are we doing here?
She's not in any Hallmark movie, is she?
Oh, I feel like I mean, she did like a string of Netflix Hallmark movies.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Oh yeah.
That's what
those don't count.
In my head, that's what she's doing now, like forever.
But then I followed it up. I got to see Wake Up Dead Man on the big screen, and it freaking rocked. My goodness, dude. It's one of my favorites of the year. I desperately want to rewatch it. I wish I could have seen it on the big screen more than once, but Netflix sucks and has such limited viewings or show times. So that's not going to happen, sadly.
At least you got to see it once, because
True.
Netflix blows and they're idiots and morons.
Very true.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to rant. Yes, I am. Later.
But yeah, I absolutely loved it. It feels like a return to form, and I don't mean that in like a way of like I'm throwing shade at Glass Onion, because I really like Glass Onion a lot. I think it's good, but Wake Up Dead Man feels like the perfect follow-up to that, I guess is the best way to put it. Where Glass Onion went a little bit more over the top than Knives Out did, Wake Up Dead Man kind of pulls things back, and it feels a lot more like a classic Agatha Christie, like classic whodunit murder mystery novel. Even to the point where there's some really clever uses of narration that I absolutely love. Like this feels like a classic movie the entire time. And it's one of Rian Johnson and Steve Yedlin's best looking movies, period. I think there's some shots in there that I literally had chills like all across my body. And I was like, oh man. And you know, you're locked into a movie when you don't check your phone for the time at all. And even like I watched it with one of my best friends, and I also watched it with my girlfriend. And after the movie, my girlfriend was like, yeah, I could tell you were really locked in because you never like left your eyes off of the screen. So I thought it was fantastic. And also I think it's thematically great. And there's some interviews with Rian Johnson kind of talking about this, and he was like, you know, the natural way to respond to Glass Onion was by telling my most personal story for the follow-up. And so that's what this is. And Rian Johnson grew up in a very Christian household, and and he had talked about in interviews how it wasn't like his parents just dragged him to church, but like he was there all the way up through like his 20s, and then as he got older he kind of like fell away from that. But even though he said, you know, like he's not like a Christian anymore, he said that he still holds things that like he's taken away things that he's learned you know, from Jesus, like, and how he even said something along the lines of like Jesus's like teachings and ministry, that's what the world needs the most right now. So it does a very interesting thing with faith, that, you know, it's critical about religion, but at the same time very respectful. And I don't want to go any further than that because I want you guys to see it for yourself. But I found it very fascinating, down to the point where he does, again, crazy things with the cinematography. I'm just going to leave it at that. This movie's awesome. I will take 1,000 more Knives Out movies if he wants to keep making them. But I'm excited for Rian Johnson to do something else for his next film.
I'm just angry. every word that you're saying just makes me more angry.
Yes.
Not a single
Rant.
showing in the state of Arkansas. Not a single showing closer than Memphis.
That's crazy.
And I got to see Glass Onion in the theater. They released it for 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks, and I did get to see it at my normal theater, and nothing in the entire state. And I both want to cancel my Netflix subscription, but also not, because that's the only way I can watch this now. And then after I watch it, I'm going to be mad that the way I watched it for the first time was on freaking Netflix. I'm just mad.
Yeah, it sucks.
Netflix sucks.
Netflix sucks. Netflix
And it's made fun
movies,
of in this movie. Dang it, Ryan.
True.
Netflix
True.
wants movie theaters to die, and I want Netflix to die. So
Exactly. But that's enough talk about dying for that right now. Then I watched a Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
very nice.
I also saw Rental Family on the big screen. And I agree with James. I think it was good. I believe it was a first-time feature for the director. So I thought it was a good first feature. And I agree with James on both that, the balance between emotions probably could have been a bit stronger. There's also times where I felt like it was holding its punches a little bit at times. Like, it felt like there's a little bit.
There was one scene that ought to have felt devastating.
Yeah.
And I feel like that felt a little easier. And then there was another scene where I'm like, you have the opportunity to really subvert something in a really thoughtful, powerful way, and you just kind of let characters get away scot-free.
Yeah. So there's all those things. I agree with Jim on that, but you got fantastic performances. I'm going to show up for anything that Brendan does. And I love this renaissance that he's having right now. Cannot wait for the next Mummy movie. I don't care if it's straight A garbage. I will be there day one. Then I rewatched Back to the Future.
Yeah.
And that movie is an all-timer. One of my favorites. And then I watched Planes, Trains, and Automobiles for the first time. And most of my friends on Letterboxd have this movie at 4.5 or 5 stars. I feel like if I grew up with it, I'd probably be there. Or maybe, on rewatches after rewatches, I might get there and be like, you know what the heck? I freaking love this movie. But on my first watch, I kind of loved it. I didn't think it was perfect or anything.
I thought
think
you were going to 2-star it.
No. It's definitely not my favorite John Hughes movie. Ferris Bueller and Breakfast Club, over that for sure. But I love Steve Martin, and I thought him and then also John Candy were just great. Their dynamic is great. It's really funny. It's really heartfelt at the same time. So I'm glad I crossed that one off of the watch list. So that's another holiday classic that I've finally seen. That leads us to Knives Out. It's time to talk about it, gents.
Let's go.
We've been waiting for this one for a long while. I freaking love this movie. There's no secret about it. I'm a Rian Johnson fan. We've all talked about how we're Rian Johnson fans at some point. We probably talk about him way more than we should. I feel like he's mentioned in almost every episode. So he needs to, guest on our pod sometime.
Friend of the pod.
He is a friend of the pod. But I adore this movie, and I have a really fun story to tell about it, actually. So Knives Out, the first time I watched it, I had one of the weirdest theater experiences I've ever had in my life. So I went and saw it with 3 of my friends, and we are more than halfway through the movie. We're at the point where the car chase is happening. And we're sitting not in the front row, but we're, like a few away from the front row. And all the rows behind us, they're not completely full, but like, there's a good sized audience there. But there's plenty of room in the back for someone to take a seat. Our entire row was just me and my friends, nobody else. This guy shows up who was not in there before with a backpack. And I'm like, first off, how'd you get that past, like, anyone at the front? You don't bring a backpack to a movie theater. That's just weird.
Yeah. I feel like that should be a rule now, man.
Yeah.
Too many things have happened.
And this is in 2019. So it's like after too many things have happened.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, what the heck, man? And out of all the spots this guy chooses, he sits right next to me. And I was like, dude, I do not feel comfortable right now. And then another weird thing, he takes off his shoes for some reason.
Oh,
barefoot.
Come on.
And I'm like, what is
Them
going
dogs
on?
out.
He really did.
Dogs are barking.
They were barking. But at this point, I'm like, this is really weird. They don't even like sell tickets for this movie anymore, because like once the movie starts, like, after like a certain period, like they don't, like it's done. And so I'm like, what? I don't know. So I started feeling really uncomfortable, and then like bro takes off his shoes, and I'm like, dude, at least have socks on, bro. So I'm feeling uncomfortable. I'm having a hard time focusing on the movie. So I was like, all right, I'm feeling a little anxious now. So I decided to get up. And I was like, you know what? I'm actually going to go talk to like some of the staff here and be like, hey, what the heck's going on with this? He's got a backpack. I don't like that. And he also showed up to the movie late, so it makes it look worse. So I exit the door, I walk a little bit, and the dude is following me out. And I'm like, what is happening? So at some point, one of my other friends walks out behind him because he noticed he got up like right after I did. He pulls him aside and he's like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, why are you at this movie late? Why do you have a backpack? And this guy was saying, he was like, oh, like I just like got back from the airport and I was waiting on my ride. So I just needed something to do until my ride showed up or whatever. And it was like one of those things where he was like telling his story. Things didn't really add up. And it was like, you could tell that he was just like making something up.
Yeah.
And so we ended up like getting staff and they kicked the dude out. So I had to obviously watch the movie again, not just because I loved it, but also because I missed part of it. So yeah, weirdest theater experience I've ever had. Don't know what the dude was there for. Obviously, like, maybe he didn't, he probably didn't have a weapon on him, but there was something nefarious going on for sure. He was up to no good.
What was going on? 2019, that was the year Joker came out. And I remember being nervous going to see it because I felt also just the journalism around, like the movie journalism around that movie, I thought was really irresponsible.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, but anyways, I went nervous. I had a backpack viewer in my Joker showing who came in like it wasn't halfway through, but he came in late, and so you could see everybody's already seated. And you just watched him come in with the backpack, and he was super jittery the whole time. And I kid you not, whenever, spoiler alerts for Joker, by the way, cover your ears if you don't want to hear it. Whenever Joker shoots Robert De Niro, this dude in the theater goes, ha ha!
No,
Like,
bro.
What? What? I was like,
Dude, I would have been gone. I would have ran out the exit.
yeah,
Oh,
it was.
man.
That was an
Jeez, what
experience.
are these experiences? This is
Yeah,
just not what I
2019 was a
experienced in
crazy
the
year.
Yeah. Oh,
Gosh, man, and that's when people still had theater etiquette.
Yeah. It's true.
Crazy.
But yeah. Wild experience. Perfect way to, watch a whodunit murder mystery, right?
You have to pay close attention, though.
Yeah,
Like the worst kind of movie to be distracted in.
seriously.
But since I was in that like detective mindset from the movie, I was like trying to think of all the possibilities of what this guy was there for and stuff. So it was like a 4D experience, But yeah, anyways, though, guys, give me some general thoughts on this here movie. Michael, so let's start with you.
I feel like if any audio listener, like, probably like, how come they always giggle after they say general? Like, what doofus? They can't see. So I saw Knives Out. Well, first of all, I just have to say I am also a massive Rian Johnson fan. I did not grow up watching Rian Johnson movies. I really did not know who he was until he was hired to do a Star Wars movie. And then I realized that, okay, so he directed 2 of the greatest episodes of television ever in Breaking Bad. And so that's good enough for me. And so then I watched The Last Jedi and started off, the first viewing of it was, I've talked about this. I was positive on it, but I was also like, I felt kind of weird, a little bit weird about it. It's different. And ever since then, I've rewatched it, and every time I rewatch it, I just love it so much more. It's just an incredible Star Wars film. And ever since The Last Jedi, I've been a massive Rian Johnson fan. I went back and watched his entire filmography a couple of years ago, Back to Brick. And I love him as a director. There's something about the stories he tells. There's something about the way he tells them and the way that him and Steve Yedlin film the movies, that just, Drew, you kind of said it earlier in our text thread. It's like when you get done with a Rian Johnson movie, most of the time it's like, I think this movie was made for me. And that's how I feel about Knives Out. Knives Out, I went and saw it with my family on Thanksgiving Day in 2019. Had a perfectly normal experience at the movies. And
no weird backpack dude with his dogs.
None whatsoever. None whatsoever. I was just sucked in from the beginning, and I just adored that movie to the point where 2019, we've talked about this on the podcast before. 2019 is a stacked freaking movie year. Yeah. And for me, it was between Knives Out, and it still is to this day, Knives Out and Jojo Rabbit, kind of a toss up on that year for me on which film I like the most. And right now, I think I'm in a Knives Out mode. I think I would say Knives Out. And I love it. I love everything about this movie. The music from the very beginning, the really quirky, like, violin music at the top, where you kind of see the event. You see him there. Yeah, I guess you don't see the event yet, but you see him there with the
aftermath.
blood in the um and then the title sequence comes up, and the just such vibes right off the bat.
Yeah.
That opening shot of the house with the dogs running slow-mo. Yeah, Mitch, get out of here. I love the score. I love the editing is so clever in this movie, and I just think it was such a bold move to me to, like, of course, like, everybody thinks Rian Johnson, he's going to subvert our expectations and whatever. He does, because he literally tells us, like, what happens halfway through the movie, and we're like, okay, hold on, what? And the rest of the movie is still so enthralling, and watching it unfold, watching Benoit Blanc tell us what happens. I am in at the end of the movie, I am the cop that is, like, a fan of Thromby's work. I am the cop, the one that's just obsessed. I love this movie. I can't wait to talk details in it, but I love this movie so much. It makes me very, very happy watching this murder mystery.
Whoa. You know what's not gonna make you happy? Mitch is seeing Wake Up Dead Man at the Alamo on Thursday.
Have fun, Mitch. Can I come?
I need to check my showings. I think they may be playing it in Dallas, actually.
Maybe I should drive.
It's not that far.
It's not that far. Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
That would be pretty cool. Jimmy Jam.
I also saw this Thanksgiving Day with the fam, and we got home. We had a great time with it. It was one of those ones where, like, everybody got home and were like, yeah, we all agree that was great, and just had fun talking about it, just quoting, any line that stood out to us, just reciting it. The Michael Shannon fan in me, just
dude, Michael Shannon
cracks me up in this. One of the greatest actors ever, man. One of the greatest actors ever. His comedic timing in this is so so funny to me. I will not eat 1 iota. What about some milk, huh? Maybe Harlan left you a cold glass of milk for your cookies. So good.
It's incredible.
So, yeah, it felt like, and it was nice to have another one of those moments where, like, general audiences showed up for a movie and had a great time with it. There it is. Had a great time with it. They all loved it, and then cinephiles watched it and loved it. So, yeah, like, when that happens, it's a special. I don't know. It's a special thing that happens.
Yeah.
And I was definitely going into it looking forward to it. Michael already said it. Obviously, I love The Last Jedi, and his 2 episodes of Breaking Bad are just incredible. And I'm The Fly defender. That episode rules.
Yeah.
And I really like Looper a lot.
Looper's awesome. And Brick.
I need to watch.
I
Brick
love
and
Brick.
Brothers Bloom.
So
those are.
Brothers Bloom is okay. Brick, James, you're gonna love Brick.
Oh,
yeah.
You're gonna love
Brick needs to be one of those episodes that we do on the pod sometime.
Deal. It's not quite as fun. It's not a fun movie.
But anyways, yeah. So I really had a great time with it. It's one that year actually, like, I mean, we talk about it a lot. 2019 really is one of those years that I feel like every time a movie came out and I loved it, I just showed a lot of people the movies. Like I watched Knives Out a whole ton. I watched Parasite a whole ton. I watched JoJo a whole ton. I watched A Hidden Life a lot. I watched just like
1917.
19. I've only seen that once actually, but that was my one theater viewing. But yeah, there were just a lot that year that I'm like, these are all a part of like rotations now. So, and this ended up being one of those, especially because it ended up being a favorite for a lot of the family. So it was easy to just kind of get people in the mood for rewatches.
Yeah. 2019 really was a fantastic year. Not even just like, you know, we get like the smaller movies, the mid-budget movies. We also get a lot of like big, like blockbusters that were great too. What a
Rise
year,
of
man!
Skywalker.
Oh yeah,
So good.
we love that one.
So good. Endgame though. James, shut up.
I didn't say anything. Did I say anything?
Mitch pointed out that Knives Out is 6 years old now. I
Yes.
don't like that.
Yeah, it is 6 years old. It has been 6 years since pre-COVID.
My gosh, man.
That is wild.
Crazy. Crazy? I was crazy once.
I don't know.
Ransom?
But
back again.
Back again?
let's dive into this thing. So I think you know, we gotta start off by talking about the freaking characters in this. Because I think this is where all of the Knives Out movies really shine. And I think since The Last Jedi, Rian Johnson has really like honed in on understanding how to do an ensemble cast. And this is like just, I mean, even I remember when this movie like was first getting buzz and got its like first trailer, I'm like, how in the heck did he get this many like big name actors in a single film?
Mitch, I know Duke beat Florida.
That was the
have
first
to
thing
do
we
it
talked
now.
about when we went live.
Just a bad day.
Yeah, but not a bad day for Duke.
Zip your lid.
Yeah, but the ensemble cast here is fantastic. And I mean, like, it goes down even to the smallest characters. There's so many like characters that you see for like one scene, and they like, you know, like make an immediate impression. I think that just goes to Ryan's credit of really getting how to work with a ton of actors and also write a bunch of characters and all make them feel unique. But yeah, I think one of the most interesting characters though is definitely Mitch Man said it, but Mitch's wife, Ana de Armas, her performance in this is fantastic.
Congrats, Mitch.
Obviously, like, I remember her being great in this, but on my rewatch before we went live, I was like, dude, like, just the one scene alone where she's reacting to Harlan's death,
Yeah.
like that was incredible acting right there. Like, you can just tell she's distraught. But I think her character is fantastic. I'm always a fan of characters who have like a quirk to them. So like having her get sick at the thought of lying, it's silly, but it works so well in this.
How does he describe it? A regurgitative reaction to mistruthen.
Yep.
Or something like that. I love that so much.
Yeah, it's so good. But it's like that shouldn't work. That shouldn't work, but it does in this movie. And it makes for some fantastic, funny moments. But it also makes the mystery all that more interesting. Because we know, I mean, like Michael said, we learn what happened pretty early into the film, like probably like 30 minutes in or something like that. And having that knowledge, then seeing Benoit, you know, try to fish information out of her. I don't know, like just the dynamic is so much fun. And I think that makes the movie just so like interesting and entertaining. Like we get that mystery solved early on, or at least one of them. We get the one donut, but we don't get the donut inside the donut hole.
Oh, inside.
But like I could just watch these characters, and especially Benoit and Marta, Ana de Armas's character. Just the interactions between them is so fantastic. Forget about the mystery. Like you had me at the characters and the way they interact with each other.
Yeah, I think her performance is great, and this viewing reminded me, like, it's better than I remembered, especially the scene you're pointing out. There's a reality to her freaking out. Like there's the relatable kind of like, I mean, I've never accidentally, killed somebody or thought that I accidentally killed somebody. But that sense of like of being like, oh crap, I'm in deep into a crap hole that I just made for myself, and I gotta like I'm panicking. That sense of just watching her try to calm him down while she's freaking out more than anybody. And the slow, like when she's finally able to just say, it's not here, I don't have it, I don't have it. Like you just feel so freaking bad for her in that scene. Like it's a sad to watch scene for me, just as the tears well up in her eyes, and she's just truly like, you can see it's really good, like a really good facial performance. Just she plays it to where you can kind of see the realization more and more coming on her face of like, I just freaking killed this guy. Like he's dead and I did it. So she's fantastic in it. And then obviously just her performance is just really fun afterwards. Throughout, she, like you said, the way she kind of develops this friendship with Benoit as the story goes on, and then just about like that reveal. I remember I definitely had that thought of like, well, what are we doing for the rest of this movie? And the fact that we learned that there is still a mystery, but we spend a good amount of time before we get to like the ransom note, or not the ransom note. Well, it is a ransom note.
Yeah.
Before we get the note that says, I know what you did, you kind of just think, all right, is the rest of this movie just us trying to like keep the secret? Is that what's going on? So it definitely, especially the first viewing, it really keeps you on your toes. And I think it's the kind of, obviously you say Rian Johnson, you got to bring up subversion, la 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 la. But it is the kind of subversion that you could only create if you are intensely familiar. There'd be people who like maybe don't know and love
Jimmy Jam.
the genre.
Hold the thought real quick, because you're like cutting in and out.
Am I back?
Well, your face is frozen.
Hear you, but yeah, your face is frozen.
Yeah, you cut out for a good bit of what you just said, of the knowing, not all of it, but like the part where you were talking about him doing the subversion worked because and then you kind of started cutting out there.
Yeah.
So if you want to say that all again,
connection was doing so good.
not right now.
Yeah.
It's not doing so hot right now.
It's subverting your expectation.
All right. I think I'm back now.
Looks
I
good
think
right
so.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. But just say like his subversion is the kind that you can only get from somebody who's super familiar with the genre, who knows it inside and out. So if somebody weren't really familiar with whodunits and they come in like, I'm going to do this, they would trip over themselves in the writer's room. They wouldn't, you have to know how the story is supposed to go. You have to know step 1, step 2, step 3. This is how this goes in order to like carefully rearrange things and like, okay, no, I'm revealing this here. And actually this is here. You got to know where every piece is supposed to be before you can move them around in like really clever ways. And he's a self-proclaimed fan of whodunits.
Yeah.
And so you feel that in terms of like, you have to really know why this feels shocking in order to make it feel shocking, so, and then just being able to kind of, there's in a sense, he just kind of has his cake and eats it too, in that we still wind our way back to a mystery. And, you get the great final elaboration.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
Is James here?
Yeah, he keeps freezing.
Dang it. I'm back. Anyways, that's my thoughts on her character, and then the twist is just I think she's great, and I think all of it works because he's a guy who knows what he's doing with it.
Yeah, I totally agree with both of y'all on her. I don't have a ton to add other than I just feel like that this was the first thing I ever saw her in, actually. I wasn't familiar with her as an actress at all. I instantly just loved her. I thought she was fantastic. She's the heart of this movie. And I did like the emphasis on like just her as a character. Benoit Blanc keeping like he keeps focusing on your good heart, your kind heart. You didn't play his game, I always love that point in the movie where she has the opportunity to run from the scene of her being framed for the murder of the other the person who works at the house. I can't remember her name.
Is it Annette?
What is it?
Annette, was that the name?
That doesn't sound right, but that might be right. The one that had like the spider on her face. Yeah. And instead she calls 911 and tries to resuscitate her and, goes to the hospital and doesn't play the game. I really like for this mystery to work the way it works, you have to fully buy her as a good person. And you just do from the beginning, from that scene. There's never a moment where you think she's faking this. She did this on purpose. Like there's never a moment for me where I thought that. Yeah. And so we're instantly, and because of that, and because of that, and then because of how Rian Johnson sets up the whole rest of the family, it's like, which one of these sons of bitches did it? There's so many of them that this could have been, and the fun is watching the different versions of the night being told by the different characters, and I think that just to wrap up on Marta, I think just her next to that family, it's not hard to look like a good person, but it's also, I just feel like she's written so well and so convincing, and Ana de Armas plays her so beautifully. But I also want to give, there's so many people that are in this movie for a lot longer, but I do want to shout out Christopher Plummer.
Oh yeah.
He is so good is as Harlem Thromby. He is charming and also really like you can tell he's obsessive and he is I don't know, he's obviously like he's set up to at that party he's cutting off the ties with certain family members and all that stuff. He's cutting them loose in a lot of ways, and so he's set up as this guy that everyone's super frustrated at, but then you see him playing this game with Marta, and he's like, she like offers him drugs, and it's like this fun back and
Yeah.
forth.
He's like, ooh, the good stuff.
The good stuff. And then she's even when she's like starting to panic, he's like, and how much of the good stuff did you give me? And she's like 100 whatever milligrams or whatever. He's like, oh, that's a lot of it. I can't remember. He just the reaction even when he's starting to realize that he might die he is so like calm and believable, and even the way that I love the way that he is a master of mystery himself, and so the way that he creates her way out of this to stay innocent is incredible, and it's like that's why this guy has sold millions of copies or whatever. And but I love that his final thing that he does in life is he makes a new story, but it's to save her and her mom. I think it's really cool, really well done, and again, Christopher Plummer is perfect. He's so great.
Yeah.
If you think he's so great, you should watch hit movie Star Trek: The Undiscovered Country, because he plays a Klingon in it. So,
have you ever heard of a little movie called The Sound of Music?
I've never seen it, to my great shame.
What?
Yeah,
sorry, I just yelled. What?
What?
James, hold on. I did not know that.
Yeah.
We need to do that one.
Oh yeah, I would be down.
Crazy.
Just do musicals for a month.
Oh please.
No, yeah.
So High School Musical 1, 2, 3, and then Sound of Music. Sounds good.
That sounds like a plan to me.
We're missing Camp Rock though. We got Camp Rock.
Camp Rock.
Yes, sir.
Camp Rock.
She is good.
You're the voice I hear and okay, never mind.
Anyway, I agree with everything you said about Christopher Plummer, though. I
will say that I don't like that he's not an actual plumber.
Yeah, that's a shame. You
False
gotta
advertisement.
get over it, though.
I don't like that subversion very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
He could have been real life Mario.
Dude. Cast him. But yeah, I feel like he's one of those, like, I know that he's obviously central and we get flashbacks and stuff, but he's one of those people who, like, if you were to actually count runtime, is in it less than you would think.
Mm-hmm.
But he just makes such an obvious mark on it. His playfulness. And I love that they don't, it's not like here's an old man who's just an absolute saint who has this terrible family. Like, he's got his own kind of he's a little scamp himself in ways that's really fun.
Well, the fact that he tells us, I see so much of myself in that boy, and he's talking about ransom.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
all people.
And like, there's still a lot of that, like the residuals of that are still with them, but they mostly play out in like really fun kind of, like the earthquake. He's just being the sore loser and stuff. Like, he's got that spirit still kind of in him, but it just comes out in like the fun, playful old man kind of stuff, as opposed to being, a potential murderer. But yeah, he's such a he has such a fun. It looks like he has such a fun time playing the character, and he just plays him with that kind of twinkle in his eye, but it's like kind of I don't know. Again, not the kind like the Richard Attenborough kind of old saint Santa Claus, kind of like, oh, precious old man twinkle, but there's still, I don't know, that balance of like
Cantankerous.
Yeah, like there's a mischievousness to him, even still like leading up to things that just kind of makes him a really fun character.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And I like, even though he doesn't have nearly as much screen time, I like that we still, after like the initial scenes with him, throughout the movie, we still get some like good, scenes with him, like in flashbacks.
You tell her or I will.
Yeah. And speaking of that, like the whole like hidden message, because they set that up like in the beginning of the movie whenever Benoit's, or like the cops and Benoit are talking to Jamie Lee Curtis's character. She's like, oh yeah, we always had like these fun ways of like communicating with each other, that's kind of comes with him being a mystery writer.
Yeah.
Like, so
if you play his game, if you play his games or whatever. Yeah.
There is this is one of those movies that also definitely rewards rewatches. There's so many, like some more obvious than others, like you wouldn't know a real knife from a stage knife kind of things, where it's like, all right,
nice,
that's funny,
nice. Yeah.
So yeah, you definitely have bits like that where you're like, this is earned. You did the work.
Yeah, and it's the way that it's earned too feels like very satisfying. Because in a lot of like whodunits and a lot of mystery films, it's so easy for everything to be overly explained or everything to be overly obvious, like at the start of the film. But I remember like when I first watched this, I didn't really know what to expect with a lot of things. Obviously, like, had an idea that there was still a mystery to be solved before we get to that point. But I feel like, when we get a Chekhov gun in this movie, it has a punch to it every time. Just Rian Johnson, again, like he really knows the genre through and through. And I think because he follows so many rules while also breaking some of them, but like when he follows the rules, like he follows them to a T. So you have like the familiar feel of like a classic like whodunit mystery. So I don't know, like it's one of the most satisfying whodunits to me.
And it walks an interesting line in that a lot of the times movies that have too much self-awareness wear pretty thin on me pretty quickly, where it's like it's almost more of an homage and send up of the genre as opposed to being its own genuine entry. But this movie walks a great line in that, like, it's self-aware. It knows it's a whodunit through and through, and like you have even like the on the nose lines of like the guy practically lived in a clue board, like it's very aware of the thing it is, but it doesn't spend its time just homaging any of that. It is also functioning at its heart as a real entry in the genre. It's also loving at the same time, and I feel like that's an important piece of what makes it what it is. Talking about the characters, I already brought him up, but I love Michael Shannon as Walt. I feel like and something that I really love about this cast in general is it doesn't feel like stunt casting, but it definitely like it's making great uses of having like great known names.
Yeah.
And I think 2017 brought Toni Collette back in front of us with Hereditary and one of the most phenomenal performances of all time.
Mhm.
And I love that 2 years later we get a performance from her that's like just night and day different from
Yeah.
Hereditary. And Jamie Lee Curtis just being known for like a non-Halloween movie again, like a big high like big ticket selling movie, and Michael Shannon being who he is, and all of it, like just bringing together all of these different actors and utilizing like their kind of big personalities as actors in all the best ways to create just, I don't know, there's no real repetition in the characterization across any of them. And I think obviously like the connection they have with Harlan like is obvious as the movies go on, but I think each actor really gets to have fun with like what their motivations would be. And I don't know, I just think the actors and the material they were given just pair so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the I've kind of brought it up a second ago, but I love as each of them is telling their version of what happened that night. I love we see at first the camera's on them talking about it, but then we eventually see shots of the party from their perspective, and then we see like at one point we see Richard and Linda, Don Johnson, Jamie Lee Curtis behind,
Giving the cake.
standing on either side with the cake, and then the next one you see Michael Shannon and his wife, and then you see like this. I don't know that these different versions that they're trying to convince the cops and us that like we love Harlan. He's the best. We had such a great relationship. Now that person, not so much, but me, oh my gosh, he's so great for us. Like they're trying to tell all of them trying to tell their own version of that. And it is honestly like the performances are great. And then like the editing back and forth in that specific sequence, the one edit that kills me the most is when Jamie Lee Curtis is like, are you trying to bait me? You're trying to bait me into saying something or whatever. And right after that, the quickest cut right into her husband. Walt doesn't do shit. Or Walt doesn't run shit. It is perfect. And I die every time. It is so telling of the character and so just this is to me Rian Johnson's humor on like at its peak. He is there is honestly a lot of this movie is hilarious. There's so much good humor in this movie. Some of it comes from the actors like improvising. I know there's at least a couple lines we love to quote that are improvised, but that felt very much like that was in the script and that was intentionally edited in a certain way. And I love that cut. It is so funny.
I laughed out loud even on rewatch. I forgot about it.
Yeah.
It's funny. There are those like big like laugh out loud moments in cuts like that, and then there are like still the funny little things. Like one thing that cracked me up again on rewatch was, "Hi Walt, hi Marta, it's Walt." Just like that cracks me up. Just little like half a second throwaway lines that I'm like, that got me.
Yeah.
I never noticed that one, and I noticed it this last watch. I was like, why did he say that?
Do you want dinner, Nana? To eat? Eat? Dinner to eat? He's the funniest part of the movie to me, though.
He is so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. And also, like, he does a great job. He's so good. Michael Shannon's incredible, but he does such a good job of, like, yes, he's very funny, but he's also like, there's that scene where he like meets Marta at her house, and it's like
Oh yeah.
very villainous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
You're like,
the
what is
way
he
it's
about to
filmed.
do?
Like, dude, this is creepy. This is creepy stuff. And the way that the back and forth between the two of them there
Cut
is
up with like the cane on the floor.
the cane on
So
the
good.
floor, him like gripping it and all that, and he's like, you know, trying to manipulate her, and then she throws it right back at him.
Oh,
It's
I love it.
so,
She's
it's
like,
so good.
well, now that I have this inheritance, I
Yeah.
will be able to get that lawyer.
She's
So
like,
good.
well, that's not. Are you better make sure that's really what you want? No, he's a standout for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, like I feel like the entire cast like stands out. Like
Lakeith Stanfield.
yeah, I was
I
literally just about
love
to say
him.
Lakeith Stanfield. Anytime that man is on screen, he's awesome.
In anything, really.
Yeah, in any
He's just
movie.
always awesome.
But I love him in this.
He's the straight man in this. He's like,
He is.
now hold on, that's ridiculous. We
Yeah.
know, blah 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 blah. You know, please don't say that if you're gonna throw up. He's trying to keep common sense or whatever, but then by the end he's like, damn. That last scene.
He's the guy who, like, if he weren't in a whodunit, he, like, by all accounts on paper, he is a great, reasonable police officer, you know? He's a great police officer who happened to find himself in the middle of a clue board. Yeah. And just watching him try to be like, this is all ridiculous, and like that makes no sense, and that is complete conjecture. And he's a great kind of like normal POV to throw into the movie.
I also love the other cop, Noah Segan. He is apparently like close friends with Rian Johnson, and he's in every one of his movies.
Okay.
Like a tiny throwaway character. He's an X-wing pilot in The Last Jedi. He's actually a pretty substantial character, I think, in Brick, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he's in pretty much everything Rian Johnson ever does. So that's a fun little
that's
thing.
Awesome.
And in this one, it felt like he's just a fan of Rian Johnson.
Yeah.
We need to talk about Chris Evans, though. He kind of feels like a standout on his own, like apart from the rest of the family.
And his sweater,
because pretty much he is. I mean, his sweater is really the performance of
phenomenal.
A life. No, I thought Chris Evans was fantastic in this too, because before when this was coming out, I mean, the last thing he had done was Endgame. Like that was
also like leading up to that, he was only in Marvel stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he's really. This was one of the first things that maybe even the very first thing that he did after all the Marvel stuff. So he's really trying to distance himself from that look a little bit. Not because he hates it or anything, but just because, I can do other things.
Yeah. Hearing all his language just in the trailers, like you're like, oh, this is not Steve anymore.
This is not Steve Rogers.
By the way, really did something to him.
There's a lot of lines in this movie that I want to quote, and I've already quoted a couple, and they all have the word shit in them. And this is going to be an explicit episode just because I just feel like I have to say it. But there's so many, and all the funniest lines of the movie have that word in them. And one of them is his.
Yeah.
You definitely. But yeah, I think he's great. I think he's believable as, like, this movie does such a good job because, like, for me at least, I'm speaking for myself. Like, I fully bought him as the black sheep of the family coming into the will, laughing at this is gonna. This could be the best thing for all of you or whatever.
And he also plays the like trust fund baby really well.
Yes, he does.
Like, which I mean, like, I guess fits perfectly with him because he was Johnny Storm before, so he can play the like kind of, you know, he can play that kind of character well. But yeah, I totally buy his character in this.
And they did a great job of, you know, when Marta ends up telling him the whole story, for me at least, I definitely bought him, at least for a while, that he was not, that he wasn't like the one that actually did things or anything. I bought him as a character who was trying to help her, especially since at that point in the movie, the rest of the family was so against her. It was very easy to pit them against her. Very easy to pit to it was very easy to trust him with her, even though he had selfish intentions, like from the get-go, or at least for me. James,
and that's no, I'm completely with you. I feel like that's why it works so well, is because this is a real thing that we see in movies, you know, where you've got these characters that you think are, not that at this point we really think like they're amazing. By the time we get to the will reading, it's clear, you know, this is a very problematic family.
Yeah.
But you feel the intention of being like, yeah, he's the black sheep on the outs with them, and yeah, he's got his problems, but this has created a complete role reversal, and you buy it. And they sprinkle in, like you said, that believably selfish motivation that's still there when he's like, you win, Harlan wins, and I win.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, and like you completely buy the whole, like, because F my family, that's why. You know, like everything lines up. And so I bought it literally all the way up until they walked in with him, with, you know, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Marta, I told him everything. And you're like, wait, hold on. That's not why they brought you in.
Yeah.
So like literally up until the explanation, I was like, yeah, he's on our side. Yeah. But that's another one where it's like your rewatches really do work, where like, especially whenever he's like, so you just got this, it's so weird, there's no demand. Did you not get anything? A text, a phone call, an email? Like, he's emphasizing an email, maybe, you know, like you on rewatch, you're like, oh, okay, he is very much steering the ship, like, fully.
Yeah, I noticed that this time too. Like, oh, he said email like that. That's yeah. And oh man, that's one of the reasons this movie is so great, is because so many, you know, mysteries or whatever, after the reveal happens, after the first time, you're like, oh, okay. And then you go back and watch it and you're like, this doesn't feel like it really all fits together anymore. Yeah. But like this one, it just gets better every single time. You notice a little thing here, a little thing there. And it's like, wow, he saw everything. he really saw everything. And, but yeah, I totally agree. I think Chris Evans is great as Ransom. And I think his character is really well written as a villain, and he's well written.
Ransom, is that you again?
I love her.
I love the little conversation that Benoit has with her. It's like, you know, like, I enjoy spending time with you, or whatever. And she doesn't say anything. She's wonderful.
This is still like, it's both related to Chris Evans as well as basically the whole cast. There's also, this movie has so much personality in terms of the actors themselves, bringing very, I don't know, unique little things that for some reason stick out to me. Like, I love whenever they're like, he comes in and he sits down for the first time in that scene, and he just kind of has that little, just kind of that like little facial expression he makes, is like, he's having such a great time in that moment. And there are just little moments like that with the rest of the cast too. A moment that I love when Lakeith Stanfield is like, oh, sorry, that's right, Flam, your skincare company, I'm sorry. And she just goes, I forgive you. Like, the way she says that kills me.
Yeah.
There's just those little bitty moments that, like, I don't know, stand out to me.
I forgive you. Oh, she's great. When she's like when they're like she's talking about, oh, this family, they took me in, I love them so much, and she's like dancing like this, and Jamie Lee Curtis is like, get away from me, you freak. And then also another great edit is Michael Shannon's character talking about his wife and saying, she's my rock, and it cuts straight to him like bumping into her or something, and then she's like,
Yeah.
ah, like like some rock they got there. Like, yeah, again, just like the quick editing is so good, especially with Michael Shannon, I guess.
Oh, man, what can't you do? Kids, the internet today is just crazy.
Michael Shannon, he can do everything.
He can. He's
He's
got
it all.
Go watch Take Shelter, everybody.
Go watch Take Shelter and go watch Midnight Special.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Superman, Man of Steel.
Yeah, go rewatch Man of Steel because he's fantastic in that.
I will find him.
You are not alone.
Gosh, dang.
I was terrified when he was yelling like that. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I think this guy might find him.
I think he might find him.
And they play the epic music. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man, I love that movie.
So good.
It's amazing.
The Nazi boy masturbating in the bathroom.
Just the fact that like one-off line from Don Johnson gets just reused like 15 minutes later cracks me up.
So good.
Speaking of Benoit Blanc, like we haven't even really talked much about him.
Yeah.
Gosh, I love him.
Instantly iconic.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love the accent. Love the accent. Love the over the top, like weird vocabulary that he uses. That really makes the movie a lot for me, because when you've got a murder mystery, when you've got a whodunit, you have to have an instantly iconic detective. You have to have something that makes them unique, something that makes them stand out, especially because we've had so many great detectives over generations of media. For some characters, I'm blanking on the name, the Agatha Christie character.
Poirot.
Yeah. He's got his sick ass mustache. That's immediately iconic, but having Daniel Craig especially go from what you've seen him as James Bond to now Benoit Blanc, because again, Daniel Craig, like just like Chris Evans, didn't really do a lot between the James Bond movies. So it was like, I just remember being like, whoa, this is Daniel Craig, okay. And he's like consistent with it too, because a lot of times when you like, I mean, some like English actors are fantastic at doing accents, but like there's never a moment where he slips into his British accent. It is just consistent throughout the entire film.
And I feel like it's necessary to make the lines iconic. Like, it's a funny script and he's got good lines, but like, are we quoting the donut hole line if we don't get to say it in like that Louisiana drawl? You know, like that's why. And things like that, or even just, you know, like it makes no sense. Compare with me though. Like,
yeah,
like that kind of stuff. It's like nobody's quoting this without, you know, the great accent delivery.
And then what was it's Ransom who says it, right? He's like Kentucky Fried CSI or something like that.
CSI KFC.
CSI KFC.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Kentucky Fried CSI.
I couldn't remember off the top of my head, but
CSI KFC.
Exactly. Yeah, I love Benoit Blanc, and his character reveal is awesome too.
Yeah,
I love ding doing that several times, and then Rian Johnson utilizes the F word
Yes, he does.
perfectly in this movie. He
Who
gets
the-
it twice in the PG-13 rating, but having that happen, because especially when you get that in a PG-13 movie, they usually save it for like much later in the film, but you get that really early into the movie. He's like, who the F is that?
Yeah.
Oh man, like even when I rewatched it today, I was cracking up. But the character reveal
It's so cool.
it's awesome, and I love, not even just from like a writing and performance perspective, but the camera work, especially with Benoit. Always
The scene when she goes, oh sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, whether it's like zoom, like, you know, we get like a zoom in or a zoom out, or like the camera's just moving a certain way. Like, there's also so many cool shots of him like sitting down, like when he's like flipping around the coin, and like the camera's like kind of got a low angle. Like, I don't know, it looks so freaking cool.
The scene when she goes outside at night and he's out there and he's lighting up the cigar. The way the shot that scene ends on, when he walks out, like he's standing close to her and it's kind of a low-ish angle, and it's a super close up of his face and he's just backlit by like the house light. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a movie. This is this is a real one. But yeah, he gets so many great shots, like the classic detective shot of him in the cool chair by the fireplace when they're asking him, like, do you think there's like, I have eliminated no suspects. And then obviously the trailer shots, like the kind of panning shot by the wall of knives with him when he turns around at the end of it, or the one where they're all pointed at his
Benoit
head.
Blanc.
Or like also when he's sitting in like the chair with the knives. It's freaking cool.
Yeah. So it feels like he's always iconically framed.
Yeah.
The knives are so cool too. I just love that whole backdrop.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a Knives Out story, and there should be.
They're better. Where'd the knives go?
He also says the line. I forgot about this, but he says "knives out" in the dialogue.
Knives out. I can't remember what the next part is.
Beaks wet with blood.
Yep.
By the way, this line kills me every time too. It's when Ransom is starting to lose it, and he's like, "You think I'm not gonna fight to protect my own, our birthright, our ancestral home?" And Benoit goes, "Ha! That's hooey. Harlan, he bought this place in the 80s from a Pakistani real estate millionaire." And he's calling it his
laugh in that.
Home. Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
That's hooey.
Last bit of actually, I don't know if it's the last bit, but another bit of Benoit glazing though. His wardrobe. I love his wardrobe in movies.
Yes.
And man, whether it's like all the different jackets and coats he wears, and I freaking love every single one of them. Or at the end, there's something about like the suspenders, rolled up sleeves with the tie tucked in the buttonhole. Oh my gosh, dang it, dude! Why can't I look like that?
He's got unbelievable drip in all three of the Knives Out movies too. He's just like constantly dressed with pure aura. But yeah, and another thing I was gonna say about Benoit, even though like, I mean, he kind of steals the show when he's on screen. At the same time, he doesn't, because again, like we mentioned, the cast is just, all the characters are iconic. Like, you instantly recognize who they are. You get a feel for their character right away. And because we also spend a lot of time with Marta being kind of the protagonist, and it never, I don't know, I guess like there feels like a perfect balance between our characters. It never feels like, okay, this is just the Benoit Blanc show.
He is simply a passive observer of the truth.
Exactly.
A thing that I definitely wanted to highlight. It's not characters, but it's the movie's visuals. This movie looks so good. The Drew's background is that opening shot of the manor. That first shot with the dogs in slow-mo. I kind of forgot. I remember the movie looking great, but I kind of forgot how good it looks. And I'm not going to take a lot of time to like dunk on Glass Onion. I still haven't seen Glass Onion, and I am going to watch it. But I do hate that it has that crisp look, that super clean. Like this movie, you feel like the film grain in it. You feel like the texture of it. You feel I don't know. It's just everything, the lighting, the color, it looks like a freaking real movie. It always looks so freaking awesome.
Looks like you could be watching it on one of the VHSs from the security guard, the security guys.
I love it.
Yeah.
Speaking of, it's Emmett Walsh. He's the detective from Blade Runner. He's the police captain from Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And he's also in the Coen's first movie, Blood Simple, and he's really great in that. That's also a phenomenal, great looking movie that you should watch. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is a good movie. But yeah, and like if you haven't watched the like behind the scenes for this movie, you definitely should, because it's awesome. But they had to do like a lot of interesting stuff with like lighting because there was so many windows and they had natural lighting, and because they were shooting on film, the type of film that they were shooting on, dude. They had to I can't remember what they put on the windows, but they had to put something that like would cover the windows while still getting the natural lighting through, because it was just too bright for the film to capture it. It was like too overexposed. And so like they had to do like a lot of stuff like that, where they would have to like cover the windows, or they'd have to do like other things, like interesting things with lighting indoors, just to make sure that there is still enough contrast inside the house. So there's just like a lot of like fascinating stuff that you can learn about through the production on like all the behind the scenes features.
It's like a full-length documentary.
Yeah, it is
documentary.
And when Steve Yedlin like talks about like cameras and stuff like that, like he gets really nerdy with it too. Like this guy, like there's a lot of cinematographers who just they know how to shoot something, and that's it. Like they have the eye for it, and like obviously they know like a lot of the technical stuff, but they're not like, you know, they've got lighting people to kind of help them with that. But like Steve Yedlin, when he talks about cameras, when he talks about shooting films, he like goes pretty in depth with like all the technical stuff behind the lighting. So it's just like super interesting and fun listening to him talk about all that stuff. But yeah, this movie looks fantastic. And as someone who has seen Glass Onion, there's a lot of good shots in it, a lot of great shots. It's a good looking movie, but I also don't like how it has the really pristine digital look.
It's that Netflix look. It's that in-house Netflix look.
Yeah. It is the in-house Netflix look. And like even David Fincher's The Killer, it has that like really pristine look to it. And part of that I think is just because the in-house like camera and lenses, I think it's particularly the lenses that Netflix uses kind of plays a big role in that. But you know, at the same time, I feel like part of it works in some ways with Glass Onion, especially for what it's going for, just in terms of like thematically and the aesthetic and everything.
Yeah, but it's so summary, and like it's set in whatever, is it Greece that they're in? I can't.
It is Greece, but I would I would prefer if it had more grain to it, but Wake Up Dead Man brings the grain back, does not have the in-house Netflix look at all. And I was texting James before we started, and the man, there's some shots in there that are truly fantastic, and sometimes it's shot like that 70s filmmaking feel, with not just with the grain, but like it almost has like a documentary like type of feel to it, where it doesn't feel like it's cinematic, but it's not like, oh, this feels super intentional. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not the entire movie like that, but it works so well for it. And I know, I'm pretty sure Wake Up Dead Man was shot digitally, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's shot on film because they have like the post processing like film grain in there to make it look really convincing. But yeah, Knives Out looks amazing.
And like to all the stuff that you said about lighting, it makes sense because it feels like such an intentionally lit movie. Like that shot that's behind you right now, it feels like the whole movie feels like that, even when we're inside. Like there's just that kind of damp, rain-soaked, overcast feel that's like over everything. And I love that. And it just the colors of the movie. It's all like the inside of the house really helps with it, but the way just the graininess and the way it's lit and the coloring, the way like I don't know, you feel like the reds and the mahoganies and the like. I love being inside that house and just feeling like the red of the wood and the rugs and it's. So
I like that it has like, it's a very vibrant looking film in terms of its color palette, so it's not like super desaturated or anything.
No.
But I don't know, it has a lot of character to its visuals, which I love, because Steve Yedlin and Rian Johnson know how to shoot a movie, but if you can give them that filmic look and some awesome sets to work with, they cook.
And also just the way, I feel like this is just something I love about Rian Johnson and Steve Yedlin. Like in every movie that I've seen them do, there's always at least a few shots that I'm like, ooh, they moved the camera differently there than I usually see. Like the part where Ransom is actually trying to stab Marta, the slow-mo, like weird, like I don't know what that's called, but that like weird effect that you get, and then it shows Marta, and it does the same thing, but it's just like this weird. I don't know what it's called. I wish I did, but it's reminiscent of the Jaws shot.
Dolly zoom.
The dolly zoom, but it feels a little different than that, but it's something like it. Just like when it happens, you're like, whoa, that's cool. That's such a cool thing you could do here that most people wouldn't think to do. That I feel like most filmmakers would have done, and it would have been fine, like just standard slow-mo there, and it would have been fine. But the dynamics of what happened there, just it really adds some spice to it. And I just feel like he does that they do that with pretty much everything that I've ever seen them do. There's at least a few of those, like, whoa, what did you just do there? In The Last Jedi specifically, there's I always have the same reaction when Poe does that like sick move in the X-Wing.
Oh yeah.
On the Dreadnought, like there's like really great camera work there that like puts you in there with him, and it's just so freaking sick. I feel the same way there. It's a similar reaction. There's just a dynamic quality to it. And I love how they move the camera. Looper has like 50 shots like that that I remember thinking that too.
I need to rewatch Looper. It's been like a decade.
It's so good, man. It's so cool. I think I need to watch it again because I remember I think some people are a little bit iffy on part of it, like following its own rules.
That's one of my issues. I don't think it follows its own rules, but I
Yeah.
think if I can get over that,
Yeah.
I
need
did, but
to
still
watch it
overall.
again because I honestly don't remember, but I do remember just even getting to the end of it and being like, wow. Just it is really it's such a cool movie. Even if it doesn't completely follow its own rules, it's not perfect. It is
It's a cool
so
movie.
freaking cool. I've never seen a movie like it, really. So I'd love to cover that one sometime. I think that'd be fun.
Let's do all of Rian Johnson's filmography.
You know I'm there. Let's do The Last Jedi again.
Yeah. Oh man. I guess one more thing that I just wanted to shout out real quick. I don't have like a lot to say about it, but Michael, you'd mentioned the music in this is awesome. I have to agree.
Nathan Johnson,
Rian Johnson's brother.
cousin, I think.
Is it his cousin? I thought it was his brother. Either way, it's a family member of his, and they've been collaborating all the way back since Brick. So it's cool that he's like kind of maintained him as a composer throughout the years, and I absolutely love his work in the Knives Out trilogy. I'm calling it a trilogy because Netflix, no more for you. But
amen.
Yeah, he does some fantastic work here, and it really sells the like classic whodunit feel with all the like strings and everything. So I don't know, it sells the vibe for me.
Yeah, agreed. The music is fantastic. Cousins, they are cousins.
Okay, cousin. Close enough.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I agree. I think the music is fantastic. I can't think of a specific theme, but the music sets the mood incredibly well. Other than like I definitely in my head have that opening violin sequence. It's kind of wild too.
It is, yeah.
It's really busy and really cool. But the music fits perfectly. And I also love like the jazz in the last scene.
Yeah.
The super jazzy.
That's the piece that sticks out the most to me.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite. It's so cool.
It's such good wrap-up music.
It is. It's so good, and just how it fits with showing the family outside the house, and then showing her holding the mug and everything. It's just great. It's my house, my rules. I did want to bring up before we stop. I did want to bring up just in general. I feel like we slightly mentioned it earlier, but the will reading scene is just incredible.
Frank Oz.
And I did want to bring up Frank Oz being in it. Frank Oz, for those of you who might not know, he's the voice of Yoda and the puppeteer of Yoda, or whatever you call it. He's the one that does all that, and he's incredible. But he's just a lawyer in this movie, and he's great.
He's super influential with like the Muppets as well.
Yeah.
So.
Miss Piggy.
Yeah.
And
did you just Google that?
Frank, no offense, but you're worthless. Thank you.
The next Rian Johnson movie is going to have, did you just chat GPT that?
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Probably, honestly. But yeah, the will reading scene in general, I think is just, it's everything about the movie. This scene has it all. It's got great comedy, but it's also got like, you really like the family turning on her is actually kind of scary. and it's but also funny. Are you boinking my father?
I actually that was one more thing though that I do want to like. I do love the complete change in style in that scene where like before this is such a carefully framed, like the camera is on a tripod, it is there, it is still, the frame is what it needs to be, it is very, very intentional, very still. And I love like whenever they're kind of like cornering her and she goes outside, when she's outside, that is like a news crew rushing to get the first scoop, kind of that thing. It is so hectic and bobbing all over the place. It's such a like a 180 stylistically, and it really gets you in that like, what is happening headspace.
Yeah, 100%. This could be the best thing that happened to all of you. So good.
Well, do y'all have any other final thoughts, or do you want to give our ratings?
I have my opinions.
Heck yeah.
No, I love this movie. I love this movie. That's all I got.
Yep. All right. Well, Michael, let's get your rating.
I feel like we need to cover something I don't like or something, because I feel like I just keep giving 5 stars lately. But like, yeah, this is a 5-star. Like, this is one of my favorite movies ever at this point. Yeah. I think it's in my top 20 or 30 of all time. It's risen that high.
Top 20 or 30 of your top 10.
Of my top 10. Yeah, for sure. It's a movie that, to me, like I said, in a year where Jojo Rabbit, 1917, Marriage Story, I mean, all
Parasite.
these Parasite came out in that year, and so many more great films. And Knives Out, to me, is, I think at this moment, my favorite. It is of that year, and again, it's just Rian Johnson just has some direct line straight to the core of me. Like when he does a movie, it's kind of made for me most of the time. So I love this movie. I don't really have any issues with it. I feel like the mystery is airtight. I feel like logistically everything works great. And then outside of that, on a technical level and just a freaking vibe level, everything's great. The cast is perfect. It's great. I got nothing. I don't feel like I have a single real complaint about it. Not that I can think of. I don't even know if either one of y'all said anything negative about it the whole time today. So I don't know. I love this. It's a 5-star.
James?
This movie is great. It's obviously made by like a real filmmaker. It's also just super rewatchable. And it's been a long time. I don't know pre this what the last like genuine. Well, I say that. I guess it was Murder on the Orient Express, although Knives Out took off in a way that the Kenneth Branagh films didn't quite, even though both of them are 3 for 3, and both really center on very gothic, faith-based third films. So with very, very vibrant, much more colorful second films.
Interesting.
It's actually kind of weird that they mapped onto each other across the trilogy. But anyways, yeah, it's not a genre that gets a lot of love consistently. So to see it done so well is great.
Yeah.
I'm at 4.5, not so much because there's like really like massive issues I have with it. More of just kind of a like,
you're afraid to give it 5 stars. Just
not afraid to give it 5 stars. It's not quite the movie that makes me feel the way like a 5-star makes me like, oh, man, I gotta sit down and like reevaluate everything I've given it. Like it doesn't. It's super entertaining and it's great. And it's not even like it's just escapist, thoughtless thing. It is a thoughtfully made film. It's just, it's not quite the one that makes me go, oh, I gotta stop and,
Jim thinks it's too woke.
Not all.
No, I'm just.
I actually love the like. How's that SJW degree coming?
There's some great back and
Not
forth.
all 5 stars are created equal, sir.
Very true.
If
It's crazy
my
to me,
rule,
this guy's like, oh man, I have to reevaluate my life after watching Dumb and Dumber.
I do actually. That comedy, the platonic ideal
That was good.
of comedy is found there. We escaped Plato's cave and we found the form of comedy. We found not the shadow of comedy, but the form of comedy, and it's
Oh,
Dumb and
man.
Dumber. So, yes.
Well said. Well said. That's good. Oh, what about you, Drew?
Yeah, for me, this is a movie where I'm like, man, I gotta reevaluate my life because this is a 5-star for me. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is.
I love this movie so much, and like Michael and I have said before, a lot of Rian Johnson stuff is just it's built for us. And I think one thing that I love, one of the things I love the most about Rian Johnson is he knows how to work in genre perfectly, but also can like pull out, some real emotion and some real depth to characters and some real themes too. We see it in The Last Jedi, we see it in Knives Out, in the Knives Out trilogy, honestly. And like, I mean, we didn't even really touch on it, but like the social, like even there's like social commentary in this film, and it's not like it's not an afterthought. Like it plays a central part to the story in this and to Marta's character.
Literally why Harlan like was wanting to go along with, was wanting to go along with it. Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, yeah.
So, like for me, like his movies do have something to chew on, and it's not just like oh, here's a little something, but I don't know, like it has the depth that I'd want from a genre film, I guess is the best way to put it. But yeah, I love mystery movies. I love mystery stories. I grew up reading the Hardy Boys, so this kind of thing is just built for me. Yeah. Rian
There are
Johnson.
dozens of us.
Rian Johnson, I know you want to make a Hardy Boys movie. Do it.
Bro, I will be there.
Absolutely. But yeah, I just adore this movie. It's hard to choose a favorite from 2019, but it's one of like my 10 favorites from 2019 for sure. But yeah, Knives Out is awesome. And you know what else is awesome? For everyone who was in the chat, including great friend of the pod, Mitchie Man. Thanks for tuning in. If you're going to be listening to this on the audio, check out our YouTube channel, watch our live streams. You can also join our Facebook group, which is Banter, Fodder, Film and Television Discussion Group. All that stuff is found in the link tree in the description. Wanted to shout out real quick. We hit over 500 hours of watch time on YouTube, which is really cool. So that's a big milestone on the YouTube.
Hey.
And we're at 71 subscribers, so we're getting close to the 100. And it would be pretty awesome if you helped us get to the 100. If you like tuning into our streams, whether it's live or listening to them back on the feed or on the YouTube. But yeah, we'd love the support to help us get there. And then, as always, there's a lot of movies out on the big screen right now. If you get the chance to see Wake Up Dead Man, I highly recommend it, especially if you love Knives Out. And if you liked Glass Onion, or if you didn't like Glass Onion, I definitely think Wake Up Dead Man would be for you. And we got a lot of other great stuff coming out on the horizon. Avatar is coming out in a few weeks, so we've got another $1 trillion to James Cameron. And definitely go see that over Zootopia too. I'm not even like throwing shade at Zootopia 2, but
I am.
You are 100% throwing shade at Zootopia 2.
but no, like stop giving.
What if we made a movie about racism by being really racist? What? No, it's not about stereotypes. So what if the weasel is the stereotype of a weasel, you know? What if that movie is so stupid because it's all about not judging people, like not making stereotypes out of people, and then it makes every single animal a stereotype. Like, not all sloths are slow. Okay, yeah, this one is. Not all weasels are wily and cutthroat. Okay, this one is. It's like, am I not supposed to? What are you? Zootopia's dumb.
You know that episode of How I Met Your Mother where the glass shatters in their brains, where it's like, oh my gosh, I never thought about that.
Dude, I forgot about that.
That actually just happened to me. I never thought about that before.
Every animal is exactly 100% the stereotype they tell you not to judge them by. Like, that whole movie.
Yes. I don't care that I still like the movie.
I did too.
But no, you should watch Guillermo del Toro. Forgive me for saying this. You should watch a real movie over Zootopia too. Animated movies are real movies, but we got to give the live action movies some love because we're not doing that at the box office. So go watch some live action stuff.
Although at this point, it's kind of a stretch to call Avatar live action.
It's very true.
Yeah, but it's close enough. He does implement live action in there.
You do plan on having live action in your live action movie.
He's got real water. I'm sure he's got real fire and ash in this one.
I quote that all the time.
I really hate that, man.
But no, there's a bunch of other movies out right now. Go watch them. Go get some concessions. Support your local theaters. And next time, probably going to be doing some Christmas stuff. So get ready for the holiday season. It's kicking in.
Got some bangers.
We do. We're covering Hallmark movies only. Let's go.
Let's do it.
This is Michael's dream right here.
It's my dream.
I'm down.
Anyways, though, thanks for tuning in. We'll see y'all next time.